The moment I saw the text, the blood drained from my face. It wasn't just that my wife had a secret son, which was already a old scar on our marriage, but that this son, whom we had only recently welcomed into our lives, was actively plotting to bleed us dry. I found myself staring at a series of messages outlining a calculated scheme to steal our savings, our home, everything we'd built together. After everything we'd been through, the shock of the revelation, the grueling therapy, the painstaking process of rebuilding trust, we were facing a betrayal so cold and deliberate, it made the initial secret look like a simple mistake. I was in a unique hell, protecting my wife from the truth about the son she grieved for, while simultaneously fighting to save our financial future from him. Was I justified in setting a trap for him, using his own mother's love as bait? Or was I wrong to play the villain in this twisted family drama? Tell me honestly if you would have risked everything to stop him. Our story began with a lie, but it wasn't supposed to end with a catastrophe. As you might remember from my earlier story, my name is Alex, and my marriage to Jessica was shattered by the discovery of her secret son. To recap quickly, Jessica, 19 and terrified, gave a baby boy up for closed adoption 13 years before we met. I found out by overhearing her confession to her sister, Clara. That revelation was an earthquake, but we survived it. We spent nearly 2 years in therapy, meticulously rebuilding a foundation based on radical honesty. Jessica finally processed her grief, and I learned to forgive the deception, understanding it stemmed from trauma and fear, not malice. We reached a point where we were genuinely stronger. The secret son, Ethan, as we later learned, was acknowledged as a painful part of her past, a shadow we had learned to accept. But then, we made the conscious, agonizing decision to try and find him. Jessica had spent so long mourning him privately. I realized that for her to truly heal, she needed closure, perhaps even contact. We worked with a mediator, respecting the privacy of his adoptive family, and through a carefully managed exchange of letters, the impossible became real. Ethan, then 15, agreed to meet his birth mother. The first meeting was everything Jessica had dreamed of and feared. It was a beautiful, tearful, tentative reconciliation. Ethan was tall, quiet, and reserved, clearly wary, but willing to connect. His adoptive parents, understanding and gracious people, had always been open about his adoption. Over the next 6 months, the relationship grew. Ethan started spending weekends with us. We became his extended family. I genuinely believed in the beauty of this difficult reunion. I tried so hard to be the supportive, stable figure he needed. I helped him with his physics homework, took him to basketball games, and tried to bridge the emotional chasm of 15 years. Jessica was radiant. She finally had the tangible presence of the son she had mourned. She was generous to a fault, buying him clothes, gadgets, and offering to fund private tutoring. She wasn't just regaining a son, she was trying to compensate for every birthday she had missed. But slowly, subtly, things began to feel off. Ethan was always polite, almost too polite, but he lacked genuine warmth. His conversations with Jessica always revolved around money, possessions, or future costs. His adoptive family, while lovely, were comfortable, not wealthy. Yet, Ethan continually complained about his family's tight budget, their boring holidays, and his need for increasingly expensive things: a new gaming console, brand name sneakers, a pre-owned but high-end laptop. Jessica, blinded by love and guilt, fulfilled every request. I tried to speak to her about boundaries, suggesting we shouldn't spoil him, but she shut me down. "He lost so much, Alex. This is the least I can do. I need to make up for lost time. She saw his requests as signs of attachment. I started seeing them as demands. The atmosphere at home changed from tentative joy to a quiet, constant pressure cooker. One weekend, Ethan asked Jessica for a substantial amount of money, a few $1,000s, claiming it was for a special summer coding boot camp, essential for his college applications. He insisted the deadline was immediate and that the funds had to be paid directly to a private account, not the camp itself. This was the first major red flag. I, being an engineer and meticulous by nature, insisted on checking the camp. Ethan reluctantly gave us the name, but when I looked it up, the address was a P.O. box, and the website was suspiciously generic. I told Jessica we needed to verify this before handing over thousands of dollars. Jessica, unusually defensive, accused me of mistrusting her son. She transferred the money anyway. I felt a cold knot of dread tighten in my stomach. This wasn't about a camp. It was a shakedown. The real catastrophe hit 2 days later. Ethan was staying with us after school, and he had left his new, expensive laptop open on the kitchen counter. I walked past and saw a messaging app open. My rational brain screamed at me to turn away, but the engineer in me, the part that seeks truth and patterns, compelled me to look. And there it was, a conversation not with a friend, but with an older contact named Vic. The text exchange wasn't about coding camp. It was about us. The messages were clear, chilling, and systematic. Ethan wasn't grieving or bonding. He was exploiting . Image of a phone screen showing suspicious text messages. He detailed how easy it was to manipulate Jessica. She's pure guilt, man. Just mention how hard my life is, and the money flows. She trying to buy back 15 years. He bragged about the coding camp money, confirming he had split it with Vic. The most horrifying part was the final, chilling scheme. Vic suggested a much larger play, convincing Jessica to pull out a huge chunk of our joint savings, claiming he needed to invest it quickly in a lifetime crypto opportunity that would set him up for life. Ethan's reply, easy, she trusts me now, just need to use a little more guilt. I'll make sure the old man me is out of the house when I ask. I felt like I'd been thrown back into that dark bedroom, only this time the betrayal was deliberate, aimed like a weapon at our financial security and my wife's tender, newly healed heart. I immediately took screenshots of every single message ***. My hands were shaking so violently I almost dropped the computer. My mind was racing, grappling with an unbearable reality. My stepson was a con artist, and he was using his birth mother's love and guilt to steal everything. I realized the danger wasn't just financial, it was existential. If Jessica found out the truth about Ethan's scheme, it wouldn't just shatter her. It would break her completely, possibly undoing all the painful progress we had made in rebuilding our marriage. I had to stop Ethan, but I couldn't destroy Jessica. I was standing at the edge of an impossible choice. So that's the situation I was in. I had conclusive proof that my wife's secret son was actively plotting to betray and steal from us, but revealing that truth to her would destroy her healing and likely fracture our marriage beyond repair. I was caught between protecting her heart and protecting our life savings. I knew I couldn't simply tell her. She wouldn't believe me. She'd think I was the jealous husband trying to sabotage her connection with her long-lost son. I had to expose Ethan without destroying Jessica. Before I tell you what I did and the trap I set, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have confronted him immediately with the texts? Would you have shown Jessica the proof, risking her heartbreak? Or would you have played a dangerous, secretive game to catch him in the act? What would your first move have been? I decided that ***, protecting Jessica and exposing Ethan publicly ***, had to be my twin goals. I couldn't risk revealing the texts to Jessica because her guilt was still so fragile. She would either go into denial or be utterly devastated. I had to let Ethan expose himself. I created a plan, a dangerous game of trust that played right into Ethan's avarice. The first step was preparation. I quietly contacted a lawyer specializing in financial fraud and secured our joint bank accounts, setting up alerts and making it nearly impossible for large sums to be transferred without triple verification. I also quietly changed the passwords to all our investment accounts. The next day, I started playing the role of the *** gullible, excited stepped at ***. I brought up Ethan's college plans, casually mentioning to Jessica that I was so impressed with his ambition that I was thinking of setting aside a large, specific amount. Say, $50,000 in a special new *** future fund *** to cover the down payment on his first home or postgraduate schooling. This was the bait. I made sure Ethan overheard the conversation. I emphasized that I needed to transfer the money into a completely separate *** newly created account *** with a unique number, which I said I would finalize * next week **. The key was the timing and the new * account. Ethan took the bait immediately. That evening, he started working Jessica, talking tearfully about his need for the funds * right now * to secure a pre-approval for a scholarship-eligible housing investment. He didn't ask me. He went straight to Jessica, leveraging her maternal guilt. I feigned ignorance, staying quiet, waiting for the inevitable moment he would ask Jessica to access the future fund account. The climax occurred on Friday. Ethan told Jessica he needed the $50,000 transferred immediately to a special escrow agent, Vic. No doubt, or the opportunity would vanish. Jessica, tears in her eyes, agreed to help him. I was conveniently called into a fake emergency meeting at work, leaving her alone with Ethan and the illusion of the ** future fund account number ** I had strategically placed on my desk. I returned home an hour later. Jessica was pale, sitting quietly on the sofa. Ethan was nowhere to be seen. "What happened?" I asked, feigning concern. Jessica whispered he said he tried the transfer, but the account number you left was wrong. The bank called and asked too many questions. He got frustrated and left. The account number was a deliberate fake, a red herring linked to my fraud lawyer's office, ensuring the bank flagged it as suspicious immediately. I looked at Jessica, and I knew the time was now. She was already doubtful because the deal had fallen through. "Jessica, sit down," I said, my voice heavy. I pulled up the screenshots of the texts with Vic. I showed her Ethan's plan, his words about using her guilt, his derisive comments about me. I didn't frame it as "your son is a thief." I framed it as ***. This is how Vic coached him. This is the scheme that threatened to take everything. ***. The revelation was brutal. Jessica didn't scream or deny it. She just collapsed inward. The pain was immense, worse than the original secret, because this time the wound was inflicted by the child she had mourned and searched for. She cried for 2 days, mourning the loss of the idea of her son, the beautiful reunion fantasy, not the person he turned out to be. The aftermath has been difficult, but clarifying. The confrontation with Ethan was handled by the lawyer. We sent him the complete file, including the texts, making it clear that if he ever contacted us or Jessica again, we would press charges for attempted fraud. We never heard from him. The relationship with Ethan was cut immediately and permanently. Jessica eventually found a painful, sobering peace. She realized that her guilt had made her a victim, and my actions, though secretive, were purely to protect her when she couldn't protect herself. The final, cleansing step was the two of us visiting Ethan's adoptive parents. We showed them the evidence. They were shocked and deeply apologetic, confirming Ethan's increasingly manipulative behavior and recent financial demands on them as well. They realized the problem was Ethan's character, not his past. This shared reality allowed Jessica to finally separate the ** grief for the baby she lost ** from the ** manipulation of the teenager she found **. The secret son, once a destructive force, was now a known, understood danger that had been neutralized. This has been the second, and far more damaging, earthquake in our marriage. It taught me that sometimes protecting the person you love requires shielding them from a brutal truth they aren't ready to bear. It also proved that the trust we rebuilt could withstand anything, even the combined forces of betrayal and greed. Our marriage survived, not just the original lie, but the devastating character of the son born from it. We are now financially secure, emotionally tougher, and committed to a future built on total, unwavering honesty. Like this video, if you think my secretive plan to expose Ethan was justified, or if you simply feel for the nightmare we endured. Subscribe for more stories about how life can test your boundaries in the most shocking ways. And please, share your final thoughts on my actions and Ethan's shocking scheme in the comments section. I'm eager to hear your perspectives, your judgments, and your advice. I'll see you all in the next story.